The Alumni Club here has very graciously invited me to come down and be their speaker this evening. This is their annual scholarship banquet where they do such a great job of raising money to be able to grant scholarships to young people in the area so they can go to the Ohio State University. This will be the Ohio State's 130th year of football. It's been so great. The all-time winning percentage is over 72%. So to do that for 130 years is pretty good, going into the 130th year. And actually, for the last 51 years, the winning percentage is nearly 80%. When you consider basically the last 10 years of the Woody Hayes era, the tremendous success that Earl Bruce and John Cooper had, then you back that up with Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer, it's probably pretty hard to beat that combination, basically. So Ohio State has not had a lot of different coaches, but they've had some really, really great ones that have been there many, many years, and that's what's produced such an outstanding program, really. Of course, Woody was there 28 years, so that gives you a long time to accumulate a lot of stories. And Woody was his own guy. He created a lot of those stories. He basically did that. And I don't know, in football, if we'll ever see a 10-year span between two schools that will ever be more fierce and more competitive than Ohio State versus Michigan during the Woody and Bo years of 1969 through 1978, when Woody Hayes coached against his old player who played for him at Miami and was later an assistant coach for him at Ohio State, of course, and that would be Bo Schembechler.
You've got a book that you'll be signing tonight.
Yes.
Tell us more about the book.
Well, the book is called Buckeye Reflections, Legendary Moments in Ohio State Football. It's basically an anecdoted stories type book. A lady up in Medina, Ohio, Maureen Zapala, we're both members of the National Speakers Association and particularly members of the Ohio chapter, and she's a great writer and a huge football fan, even though she's a Notre Dame graduate. So we teamed up to write this book, and the more we got into it, the more different we discovered we were with each other in terms of our skills and abilities, and that turned out to be a real plus for the book. And the three Griffin brothers jointly did the introduction for us, and then the three Second and Seven Foundation guys, Luke Fickle, Ryan Miller, and Mike Vrabel, jointly did the foreword for us. So we're very proud of the book, and it actually won first place prize in sports books in the year 2018. Yeah, Jack Tatum was maybe the greatest defensive player in school history, certainly one of them. And there's not too many like Jack Tatum. He was really something. He was one of, of course, the Super Sophomores, as was Rex and Larry Zelina and John Brockington and Jan White, and just All-American after All-American. It was one of the great eras in college football history. From 1968 through 1970, those teams only lost 2 games. And actually, when they get together, it still bothers them that they lost those 2 games. They lost to Michigan in the real stunner in 1969, 24-12, with all the scoring taking place in the first half. And then they lost their last game their senior year, which was the Rose Bowl, to Stanford, who was directed that year by Heisman Trophy winner Jim Plunkett. And of course, Ohio State was a big favorite, but Stanford came from behind at the end and had a terrific fourth quarter and won the game. I think it's in great hands. I don't know Ryan Day really very well yet, and I think Ryan Day is going to do a super job. The defense was a little bit of a weakness on Ohio State's team last year. Even though the Buckeyes only lost 1 game, we won a lot of the games that we won simply by outscoring the opposition, not because of our defense. And the first thing Ryan Day did was make some changes in the coaching on defense. Now, the coaches that he did not retain, in my opinion, were not bad coaches, but it just didn't go together some way, and there had to be some changes made, and sometimes change is good, and that's basically what happened.